Hi. So I'm going to go through all of my horror movies. First we got Curse of the Zodiac. And it's from the director of The Boogeyman. This is a weird movie, but I actually really liked it. The synopsis says, inspired by the true story of the serial killer who terrorized Northern California during the 60s and 70s, his use of cryptic symbols and coded messages fueled the police and media frenzy and made him one of America's most notorious unsolved cases. If you want a review on any of these movies, let me know. Next I have Mandy. Here's the inside cover. I love this movie. Synopsis says, the quiet life of devoted couple Red and Mandy takes a dark and bizarre turn when a nightmarish cult and their maniacal leader seek to possess Mandy, body and soul. A shocking assault on the innocent pair leads to a spiraling, surreal, bloody rampage of all-out, mind-altering vengeance. Next, we have The Haunting of Molly Hartley. Synopsis says, Molly Hartley hopes that with her mother locked away in a mental ward, she can forget the violence of her family's past and start over. She's found a new life, a new school, and a new boyfriend. But when her secret past haunting nightmares continue, Molly fears that she has inherited her mother's psychosis. What she doesn't know is that she's inherited something else, a secret far more terrifying than any fate she can imagine, and a destiny she cannot avoid. Next I have The Boy. Every child wants to feel loved. Synopsis says, The Boy is a frightening thriller directed by William Brent Bell and starring Lauren Cohan. Greta is a young American woman who takes a job as a nanny in a remote English village. She soon discovers that the family's 8-year-old is a life-size doll that they care for just like a real boy, as a way to cope with the death of their son 20 years prior. After violating a list of strict rules, a series of disturbing and inexplicable events bring Greta's worst nightmare to life and leading her to believe that the doll is actually alive. Next we have Chucky, the Killer DVD collection. So we have Child's Play 2, Child's Play 3, Bride of Chucky, and Seed of Chucky. Next we have Omen 4, The Awakening. The synopsis says, Jean and Karen York are the living embodiment of the American dream. Rich, influential attorneys, they have everything a couple could want, except a child. When the Yorks learn of a beautiful baby girl wanting to be adopted, they instantly fall in love with the baby, Delia, and adopt her. But terror and destruction seem to follow Delia wherever she goes. Soon Delia's mother begins to question the coincidence of these catastrophes, her thoughts can't help but turn toward the biblical prophecy of Armageddon, the final battle between the forces of good and evil, beginning with the faith of Satan in human form. Sorry, everything's falling over. Next is Dead Girl, or La Morte Vivante. I hope I said that right. Daringly original and genre-busting, Dead Girl is an odyssey into the soul of our alienated youth that takes the conventions of horror and coming-of-age movies and turns them on their heads. When high school misfits Ricky and JT decide to ditch school and find themselves lost in a crumbling facility of a nearby abandoned hospital, they come face to face with a gruesome discovery: a body of a woman, stripped naked, chained to a table and covered in plastic, and soon realize she is anything but dead. Quickly, the boys find themselves embarking on a twisted yet poignant journey that tests the limits of their friendship and forces both to decide just how far they're willing to stretch their understanding of right and wrong. Next, I have Evil Dead 1 and Evil Dead 2. They're both the digitally remastered editions. Evil Dead 1 says, in the summer of 1979, a group of Detroit friends with $375,000 raised from local investors headed for a cabin outside of Morristown, Tennessee to make a film about 5 college students possessed by an ancient Book of the Dead. The filmmaker's goal was to create the ultimate experience, grueling terror, a movie so relentless that it would stand forever as a landmark in modern horror history. When it was released in 1982, it was immediately recognized worldwide as one of the most ferociously original films ever made. 20 years later, this is the Evil Dead like you've never seen or heard it before. The Evil Dead is now more grueling than ever, featuring newly restored, state-of-the-art, digitally remastered picture and sound, and loaded with incredible extras, all personally supervised by director Sam Raimi. This is the ultimate edition of the legendary film that launched the careers of Raimi, producer Robert Tapert, and star Bruce Campbell, unleashed an unprecedented army of primitive screwheads upon the world, changed the face of horror forever. And then number 2, Ash, Bruce Campbell, the sole survivor of the Evil Dead, returns to the same cabin in the woods and again unleashes the forces of the dead. With his girlfriend possessed by demons and his body parts running amok, Ash is forced to single-handedly battle the legions of the damned as the most lethal and groovy hero in horror movie history. Next is strippers versus zombies. Synopsis says, when a drug experiment gone wrong produces a league of bloodthirsty, flesh-eating zombies, it's up to a small band of exotic dancers to fight back. Trapped in the local strip club, they must rely on their wits and skills to survive the night. And this is a horror comedy. It was actually really good. I wasn't expecting much from it, but it was really good. Lastly, for this part, Deadstone. Get ready for the film that shocked Sundance, rocked Europe, and knocked American horror fans out of their seats. When a group of medical students take a sex and booze-fueled ski vacation to a remote cabin In the Norwegian Alps, they uncover a dark secret from World War II that resurrects a battalion of uncontrollable, unstoppable, and extremely undead Nazis. What follows is a blitzkrieg of bloodshed, body parts, and action-packed zombie carnage that the New York Observer hails as relentless thrills, unmatchable horrors, and a shock-ending guaranteed to make you scream out loud. Writer-director Tommy Wirkola spares no amount of flesh-chopping, intestines-ripping, and chainsaw-slicing to deliver perhaps the finest Nazi movie of our time and one of the most ferocious, outrageous, and over-the-top horror hits of the year. So that's all for now. Bye.